places. The Miami Heat acquired Victor Oladipo in a trade with the Rockets and are expected to be frontrunners for LaMarcus Aldridge. The veteran big man completed a buyout with the Spurs. There's the big three in the East, fellas, and then there's everybody else. You know who they are, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Nets. But keep in mind, Miami, they came from behind last year. They were the underdogs, and they are the defending Eastern Conference champions. Max Kellerman, should the East big three worry about Miami?
Yeah, absolutely. Miami, it's a big four now. Let's be honest. Miami underachieved early. We knew that, regression to the mean. It doesn't always mean you go backwards. It means you go back to what you expect. That's what's good. That was happening with Miami anyway before the trade. But you know what this is like? It's like a Space Jam. They don't have a Jordan on that team. The other teams in the East have, oh my God, look at that guy, right? Look at Giannis. Look at Embiid. Look at KD and Harden and Kyrie, right? There's no one like that on the Heat. Apologies to Jimmy Butler. But they got the Monstars, a version of that. They got a whole bunch of guys who are really good, who can go get their own shot, who can hit it from the outside, as Stephen A. would say, who are rough riders. Think about how many different guys can come at you at the Heat. And I'm not even talking about like Bam, right? I'm talking about ball handlers who can shoot, create for others, score themselves, create their own shot under pressure. Obviously, Jimmy Butler, and we saw in the playoffs last year, Tyler Hero. You add Oladipo to that mix. I mean, those three would be enough to be like, oof. But you also still have Dragic, and you still have Kendrick Nunn. You have 5-6 dudes. I didn't mention Iguodala because he's old and he's not that kind of player, but he's still a valuable piece. You have 5-6 dudes coming at you in Miami that way. There is no KD. There is no Harden on that team. There's no Giannis. But you got a whole bunch of guys who can really play. They're going to be a problem, and I would not call the East a big three anymore. I'd say it's a big four.
I'm not sure about that. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just not sure. And here's the reason why I'm sure, and I have the right to sit up here and be a bit indecisive. Miami started off the season 7-14. We looked at them, COVID ravaged them, et cetera, and we was like, but we also looked at them and said, what the hell is going on? They don't seem to be the same. Jimmy Butler hadn't seemed to be the same or whatever. They were 7-14. Next thing you know, what did they win? 4 straight. They won 10 out of 13 games. They ended up 517-17, and we said, here Miami come. I actually took credit. I said, you know what? I called them on the carpet. I motivated them because you know how important it is for me to be in South Beach. I mean, I'm still miserable over the fact that last year's NBA Finals was between Miami and LA, which was my dream matchup, and it was a bubble play. I mean, could you imagine us in June? We would have been in South Beach and la. I mean,
your prayers have to be specific. You got to make them specific.
Listen, that's the only thing listen, the Lakers are a different town. When the LA's a different town when the Lakers are special. You know that better than me, you and Molly, because you both lived out there for years. The Clippers can be successful, but there's something different about LA when the Lakers are successful. It's just something different, okay? But the consolation prize could be the Clippers. It still puts us in L.A. at the Staples Center. I'm good with that. And then we talk about Miami. I'd be good with that, too. Here's the problem. Once again, 4 straight. Then they won 10-13. They got to 500. Then after they got to 500, Max, they won 5 straight. Okay? And then they ended up like 22-18 or so, right? They've lost 5 straight. And then we go to Oladipo. And let me tell you what I heard about Oladipo. I personally like Oladipo. I like him. I think he's been through a lot. I think before he got injured, he was really ascending in this game. And I believe in the brother. Okay, and he's averaging 20 points a game this year, albeit on 41% shooting, 33% from three-point range, which isn't that impressive. In Houston, they were 4-16 with him. 4-16. And let's also not forget, you got people in there that didn't mind him being gone. They didn't mind him being gone. And so we got to take that into consideration as well. Now, I don't know what's going on, and I'm not here to cast any aspersions on them. Again, I like the brother. I believe in him. I think he's got a lot of potential. The minute he gets back healthy, he could be a star again in this league. I'm just not figuring out how what I've seen from Oladipo is going to work this year in Miami. Well, you got Duncan Robinson. You can take him off the bench. He's a sniper.
I didn't even mention Duncan Robinson. Who can shoot the lights out.
I'm glad that Miami would have been stupid to give up Tyler Hero. Don't you dare give that brother up. You hold on to Tyler Hero. Him and Duncan Robinson are the future in Miami as far as I'm concerned. Jimmy Butler is now, and I believe in Jimmy Butler. I believe in him. Jimmy Buckets, I believe in him totally, okay? and Bam Adebayo is who he is. I'm just saying I'm not sure what Victor Oladipo does for this team this year. Next year and beyond, if he ended up staying, that would be different. But right now, as presently constructed, I've got my suspicions about Miami this year.
He was the
with
best.
Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo was the best player, clearly the number one player on a good team in Indiana, right?
Yes, absolutely.
He was very good in OKC. He was ascending. Now, injuries set you back. But this year, it's going to be another ascension, right? Like little by little when you come off an injury or when you miss time.
I just think next year and beyond is fine. This year is a question mark.
Even if I agree he'd probably be better next year than he is this year, but he's additive to this team. Think about what you just said. Tyler Hero, who showed me something in the playoffs last year, he stepped up. Mm-hmm. He was a great player. Like, he was a good player who turned into a great player.
I'm not letting go of Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero's a future star.
Duncan Robinson's excellent. Jimmy Butler's excellent. Bam's excellent. You say no problem with those guys.
No problem with those guys.
Iguodala as a veteran guy who can
absolutely
do
be on any team.
We're up to 5 already, right? So who are we talking about? Dragic? What do you think of Dragic? And now Oladipo? You've got so many guys coming at you.
Look, again, none of them are scrubs. All of them can play. I'm not saying anything negative in that regard. What I'm saying is when we look at the Eastern Conference, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia, I'm looking at Miami and I'm saying, okay, it'll be an interesting series. But Miami right now is what I viewed them as being last year. And we were all wrong last year because we didn't see them going to the finals, even though I picked them to beat Milwaukee and you did it. Actually, I did because I picked them to beat Boston too. Yep. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is this year, I'm not picking them to come out of it.
Go look at the board. See, look at the screen.
Yes.
Goodbye, Hawks. Goodbye, Knicks. Goodbye, Hornets. They're in fourth.
Well, first of all, Lou Williams in Atlanta is not bad. Atlanta had won 8 straight with Nate McMillan.
Yeah.
With Nate McMillan, let's give love to Nate McMillan and the job that he has done. All right, even though I'm sorry that Lloyd Pierce is without a job. The bottom line is this still elevates Miami to a legitimate top 4, especially the way Boston is looking this year. Still in all, though. I'm just not sure it works this year.
If I'm
it gives them depth. It gives them depth.
And we left off the biggest thing. They still have Jimmy Butler. And when the pressure comes on, Jimmy Butler is a dog.
I believe in it.
And that makes a difference in the playoffs.
If Jimmy Butler was on Philadelphia instead of Miami, okay, we'd be talking about Philadelphia coming out of the East.
Maybe not if Durant is healthy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Maybe not if
maybe not. But I'm talking about Embiid, Simmons,
Butler,
the whole crew.
We forgot about that guy.
I said
Kevin
we'd be
Durant.
talking about it. I didn't say I favored him over Brooklyn.
Yeah, we would talk about it.
I didn't say I favored. Yeah.
All right, but right now, Miami's still below 500. All right, fellas, when we come back here after a quiet trade deadline, the Lakers will ride or die with LeBron, AD, and their current crew. So which of the Lakers superstars should be under more pressure? That answer is ahead. We're talking the purple and gold. Mike's still below 500. All right, fellas, when we come back here after a quiet trade deadline, the Lakers will ride or die with LeBron, AD, and their current crew. So which of the Lakers